Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Hindash and Timmy, and for today's video I have Remi with me again, who I love, and this time I kind of wanted to do more of a matte eyeshadow look because every single tutorial that I've done with Remi has been more of a shimmer look on the eye, so I thought it would be, a fun change to keep it all matte. So yeah, I really wanted to go with the very bronzed face with a really light matte eyeshadow on the eyes to kind of accentuate her features and to sculpt and highlight with different tones. And I try to incorporate products that I haven't really used before to kind of, have more fun with makeup. So if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Alright, so I'm going to be starting off with skincare as always, and I want to refresh your skin, so I'm going to be using a hydrating toner. And for that, I'm going to be going in with the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner. And I'm just going to sweep that all over the face and make sure I kind of refresh your skin and get it prepped for skincare. I usually use a mist as well, so whatever option works. And next, I'm going to be using the Fresh Black Tea Kombucha Essence, and I'm going to be just tapping that all over the skin. And this is again going to give us that extra boost and let whatever product I put next hydrate and penetrate deeply into the skin. And for my serum, I'm going to be going in with the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And I'm going to be applying that all over the skin and massaging it in. Because Remi is on the oilier side, I'm going to be going in with thinner kind of formulas and layering up the hydration so that when I get to makeup, there's not a lot of heaviness on her face. And for my moisturizer, I'm going to be going in with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. Again, super light, hydrating, and just feels very fresh on the skin. And massaging that in as well. For an eye cream, I'm going to be using the Glossier Bubble Wrap Eye and Lip Plumping Cream. And I'm going to be applying that underneath the eyes and around the eyes as well. Just a nice hydrating layer. For my primer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Plus Primer, which I love using it on myself. It feels really good and keeps me nice and matte, and the skin just looks better. So I'm going to be applying that on the center of the face and then blending it out. And I'm going to be tapping that in, and as you can see, her skin already looks pretty matte in a really good way. To hydrate her lips, I'm going to be going in with a thick layer of the Fenty Beauty Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm in the shade Cocoa Drizzle. And just letting that sit on the lips so that by the time we get to lipstick, the lips are nice and hydrated. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation in R550. I love this. It's basically skincare and foundation into one. It's not as light as a tinted moisturizer, but it's definitely not as heavy as a foundation. And I'm going to be using more of a red undertone on Remi because I want to match her body, but I am going to be going in with a golden concealer because as you can see, her face has a lot of golden undertones, but I want to really even out her skin with that beautiful deep tone. And as you guys know, I always like to start from the sides of the face and blending it inwards and outwards and just, making sure we're going in with very thin layers and letting that foundation do its beautiful job without kind of packing it on. Because if we do need any coverage, we're going to be using concealer for that. So let concealer do all the heavy duty stuff. And when I get to the forehead, I'm going to be blending it out from the center outwards. And just going over everything in a very light layer. For concealer, I'm going to be taking the Beauty Blender Bounce. I love this concealer. I'm going in with two different tones. One is a bit more golden and one is going to be on the color correcting red side. I'm going to be applying that with a damp beauty blender, and I'm starting underneath the eyes and kind of taking it all the way up in a lifting way. And when you do this, you really lift that area and pull everything up and out. And I really love to just tap that into the skin and melt it into the skin. And as you can see, those two tones really blend nicely together to give your face more dimension. With whatever's left, I'm going very lightly on the center of the forehead because I don't want to bring too much brightness there in that undertone. Going in with that warmer concealer, I'm going to be taking it all around the mouth and any areas where she has a bit more of that uneven skin tone and just to balance everything out. And tap that in with a beauty blender just to really melt all these beautiful tones that we've created together. And that way you don't get any harsh lines and you kind of want to make everything very seamless. And if you feel like you need a bit more brightness, you can go in just underneath the eyes, which is what I'm doing now, just to keep that nice, beautiful highlighted area just before I set everything. And tap and blend away. For a bit of shaping and contouring, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Ebony and just going in with the contours. I was kind of just testing this out honestly with Remi, and I really like how it looks. So I take that on the hollows of the cheekbones and a bit on the tip of the nose and blend it in with my beauty blender, which already has a bit of that concealer and foundation all in. So just going to do a really good job at blending. For an eyeshadow primer, I'm taking my tried and true NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, and this is in the shade Dark, which I always use anyway, regardless of what the skin tone is, because I just love that tone. But in Remi's case, it's going to kind of mimic that golden undertone that we put underneath the eyes. And it's going to be such a beautiful canvas for any eyeshadow that we put on top. So again, I'm taking that all the way from the lash line up to the brow bone and diffusing as I go up. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking my Natasha Denona Biba eyeshadow palette. And going in with this golden tan shade, I'm going to be pretty much setting everything, focusing on the eyelid, and then diffusing everything up and out. And then I'm going to be going in with that light creamy beige and then tapping it in with that tan to create kind of a custom color and putting that all over the lids because I really want a bright lid and then contouring everything around it. And I want to make sure I want to keep everything very matte because that's the look I'm going for. Now I'm going to sketch out the contour of the eye, and I'm going to be taking the Charlotte Tilbury, the classic pencil in Audrey. I think it's been renamed to dark brown or classic brown. And I'm creating an outer V shape, kind of in a winged liner, but then bringing it in slightly into the crease. And then taking my brush, I'm going to blend and diffuse everything up and out and into the crease. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this until I'm happy with the intensity and the blend. And taking a bit of that underneath the lower lash line on the outer corners. And repeating the same steps on the other eye. And I love doing this because it really maps out the eye and the shape that I want to go for so that when I get to eyeshadow, I can really build on top of this and take it to whichever kind of dramatic length that I want to go with. But I'm fairly sticking to this shape. Next, I'm going to be taking a medium brown and diffusing all of those edges over the pencil work that I've done, just so we can add a bit more warmth to everything. And blending it into the crease as well. I'm dipping into the bronze palette from Natasha Denona and using this kind of more yellow-based creamy beige. It's definitely warmer, and I'm going to be packing that all over the lids. And as you can see, this definitely gave us that matte pop of brightness. I'm going to be going in with a black and tracing over the edges of the dark brown that we did, starting from the lash line out so that we keep that nice gradient and intensity. And I'm going to be going back and forth with that dark brown and a more neutral brown just to really create a seamless, perfect blend. And to do this, you really want to go in with multiple different dimensions of browns because that's just going to look so beautiful. For eyebrows, I'm taking one of my all-time favorites. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Dark Drapes. One side is kind of like a brow pomade and a pencil, and it's so pigmented and beautiful, but you can control it. And the other side is a pen. So it's kind of like microblading, basically. It's an ink pen, and I love the look of this. But you do need a light hand if you have lighter brows. I mean, obviously they do different colors, but still with the application, you need to go in with a light hand. And now that that's done, I'm taking a bit of a black pencil just on the lash line. This is the Fenty Beauty Fly Pencil. And just to add that extra depth and dimension again. Because if you go in with creams and powders and different textures, you're going to get different dimensions. For mascara, I'm going to be taking the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara and just applying that all over her lashes. And then I'm going to be going in with Ardell Individual Lashes in medium as always. And just really focusing that on the outer corners of the lashes so we create that beautiful lift that's following the eyeshadow shape. For blush, I'm going in with the Viseart Blush Palette number 3. I'm taking the beautiful orange in the center, and this just looks so beautiful on deep skin. You have to try orange blush if you haven't. Trust me, it's beautiful. She looks glowing, very sun-kissed. And taking that a bit around the perimeter of the face. I'm also taking a bit of that orange just in the crease to really warm up everything and tie it in together because we don't want a disconnect from the eyes and the face because we're going kind of light on the eyes. For my lip pencil, I'm going to be taking one of my all-time favorites. This is the MAC Lip Pencil in Chestnut and lining Remi's lips. And this color is very warm, it's very chocolatey, and it really just complements the look. And then I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Artist Nude Creme in number 12 and placing that all over the lips. Now this was a bit on the red side and I wanted a more caramel nudie color, but I'm still using this as a base to build up on. Because I know that whatever light colors I'm going to put on top of this aren't going to turn gray because we have that very rich, warm undertone. I'm taking a bit of the MAC Lip Mix in the shade Nude and just mixing it in a bit with that color because it is a mixer and putting that towards the center of the lip. But then I'm going to be taking the Shiseido Lacquer Ink Lip Shine in Honey Flash. This is so beautiful. I'm going to be reaching for this over and over again. It's such a great color. It's a very caramel nude. It's going to suit literally all different skin tones. I love it. And finishing off with highlight, this is the Milk Makeup Flex Highlighter in Glazed. Honestly, I don't think she needed a highlighter, but here we are. So I'm putting that on the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, and chin. And setting everything with a bit of Fix Plus, but covering the eyes because they're very matte, and then, you know, the spray can get a bit weird on the matte eyeshadow. And that is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below and leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.